the Yankees have recreated Aaron Judge, and he's a lefty.
Yeah, he's pretty impressive. I mean, his stats so far for the 2025 season, 77 hits, scored 65 runs, 26 home runs, 52 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, and he's batting over 300. So 317 clip right now. So, yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah, and that's between both Somerset and Scranton, so AA and AAA. But currently for
6'7".
Yeah. Currently in his since coming up to AAA, he has been killing it. 426 average, 10 home runs, 20 RBIs, 6 stolen bases, hasn't been caught yet. I mean, he just tearing the cover off the ball since going up to AAA, and might be a viable alternative to a trade piece to just bring up Spencer Jones. I mean, as you said, 6'7",
240 pounds, 24 years old.
He bats and throws left, and he's another outfielder, which, I mean, he'd probably replace Trent Grisham in center for the Yankees.
I don't know, man. If he continues this and he is, let's say, he's a ways away, but let's say he's the next Aaron Judge, you put those two guys in a lineup, you got another Triple Crown winner most likely because you got protection in that lineup.
Yeah, and then it helps the rest of the lineup as well. I mean, Jason Dominguez.
Hitting's
been really
contagious. Hitting's contagious, but so is motivation. When you got one guy, especially a rookie coming in, fired up, knocking the cover off the ball, when your team sees that, it helps the entire team, helps the whole lineup.
Yeah, he's been doing really good this year. I mean, just his numbers are crazy. Looking at his splits right now, he's between both double and AAA. He's got a 317 average, a 415 on base percentage, a 691 slugging percentage, and a 1.106 OPS. And if you look at his numbers from AAA from the last 16 games since he's been up in AAA, they're even better. 426 average, 481 OBP, a 941 slugging percentage, and a 1.422 OPS.
Yeah, he seems like the real deal, but I've been around long enough to see all these hot rookies coming in, tearing it up in the minors, and then even do good when they come to the major leagues. They have a quick start and then they fizzle out, and you never hear anything. They just got hot.
Yeah, they make the adjustment and then they can't readjust.
Yeah. So, but a good hitter's a good hitter no matter where you're at. So, I mean, his numbers might not be that good when he gets to the big leagues, but I think they're going to be pretty good if he can keep this up. I
mean, also going into the lineup that he'd be going into.
Yeah. He's going to have protection.
3 former MVPs on that team with Judge, Stanton, and Cody Bellinger.
Which you've got the more experienced guys are always going to try to help out the younger guys because that helps the entire team. So if they're all team players, then this kid's just going to get better being around that caliber of stars. So I think he's going to be exciting to watch, but time will tell.
I hope they bring him up. I hope he's a September call-up, and then he just tears it up, and then hopefully they can use him for a playoff run. Well,
and speaking of playoffs, it depends, too, if they're in a playoff run. If they tank all of a sudden down the stretch, that may change who they call up and when.
Yeah, because right now the Yankees are 3 games back from the Blue Jays. That little skid they had in June kind of killed them. But they still have a plus 112 run differential.
Yeah, and there's a lot of baseball left, just starting the second half. So, yeah, it's going to be I think an exciting season. the next 80 games or so. So for the Yankees and of course all the teams, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and yeah, it'd be nice to see if this kid can do it, can make it.
Yeah.
Welcome, sports fans, to Everything Sports with Bill and Will. I'm Bill, and my co-host is Will, my son. Also, hello, a.k.a. the sequel, a.k.a. part 2, or part 2, whatever you want to say. Well, either way, we've got a lot of topics over this past weekend. Tigers with 6 straight losses, while the Brewers are winning 10 straight. We got some off-season news and other sports. We've got the Home Run Derby and All-Star Game to chat about. We'll touch on the WNBA All-Star Game for a brief second, and then the Manny Pacquiao fight with a kind of controversial decision, depending on who you talk to. But I'll let you take it from here if you want to start things off.
Yeah, let's get this shit out the way first. The Tigers are terrible.
Well, they're terrible the last 6 games, and that's the thing. Tiger fans, Detroit fans in general, kind of get in freak out mode, which rightfully so, because this is the longest losing streak of the entire season. However, as we always say, it's a very long season, and Tigers are, as of right now, because they're playing right now, and the Cubs lost. So as of right now, they're still tied for the very best record in baseball. So, you know, there's some concerning things losing 6 in a row, but if that's the worst that it gets, hopefully they can pull it off tonight. But if that's the worst, I think we're still going to finish strong. And we're still way ahead in our division, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I think the second best team is Cleveland.
Wait, you said Cleveland's number 2?
Yeah, Cleveland is number 2, and they're 2 games under 500, and they're 10 games back.
Okay, yeah, number 2 in our division.
10.5.
Yeah, so I think we still have and that's after losing. Tigers lost 6 straight, so nothing to worry about. I still think we're going to run away with our division. I would love them to finish with the best record in baseball, set all kinds of records, and have 3 or 4 or 5 guys hit 30 home runs. Those are pipe dreams, but hey, they're exciting to watch still. And once we get over this hump of the, horrible 6-game stretch, and like I said, hopefully they win tonight, I think we'll be good again. We'll get back on track. They're not going to keep losing like they are. There's no way.
Well, yeah, Scooble's pitching tonight, so I think they're fine.
Yeah, that's a good way. If anyone can get us back on track, it's him. And we got some really good hitters in the lineup. So,
yeah,
I think we'll be fine. We'll see you tonight in a few hours.
They definitely do need to trade for another hitter, though.
Yeah, never hurts.
And speaking of the Brewers, I mean, they've been one of the best teams in baseball over the last 2 weeks. Sweeping the Dodgers, and now they're tied with the Tigers and Cubs for the best record in baseball. And I mean, it's been pretty impressive. Switching gears now to off-season news for the NBA and the NFL. You want to hit that?
Not really. Sure. Yeah, Marcus Smart has agreed to a contract buyout with the Washington Wizards and intends to sign a 2-year, $11 million deal with the LA Lakers after clearing waivers. So, and he's a 2022 NBA Defensive Player of the Year. So, probably a good deal for LA.
Yeah. And I mean, they get another star on top of having LeBron and Luka. Next, 9-time NBA All-Star Damian Lillard has finalized a 3-year, $42 million contract to return to the Portland Trail Blazers. The deal is expected to include a player option for the 2027-2028 season, and it is going to include a no-trade clause.
Yeah, the no trade thing could be huge, but time will tell. Speaking of Damian Lillard, he's the only player in history to record at least 2,800 3-point shots, 6,000 assists, and average 25 points plus per game in his NBA career.
And he was just released.
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, last for the NBA, Bradley Beal has signed a contract buyout with the Phoenix Suns, and he plans to join the LA Clippers on a 2-year, $11 million deal after clearing waivers. He's a 3-time NBA All-Star. And now, switching gears again to the NFL offseason news, there's some breaking news for Rashee Rice. He pleaded guilty to 2 third-degree felony charges as part of a negotiated deal. Apparently, drag racing going 120 miles an hour. You got anything to add?
I mean, there's a lot around this. So, like, they didn't report this very well. So, he was racing on the expressway in a 2020 Lamborghini, made multiple maneuvers to try to avoid traffic going over 119 miles an hour. He ultimately could not keep control of his vehicle.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, this caused a chain reaction that affected multiple vehicles. And after that, so he basically just hit a bunch of cars. And then after, he got out and he just fled on foot. So he did a hit and run. And I think he was initially suspended for like 4 games or something like that.
I think he's lucky he's getting away with as little as he has to pay.
I mean, yeah, 5 years of suspended probation, a little over $100,000 fine, and then still gets to play in the NFL.
See, okay, so that's a fine, but he would probably get sued as well. And if that's the case, it's going to be a lot more than, well,
No,
I don't know.
This is a settlement. This is a settlement.
Oh, that's the settlement. Yeah, that seems low, unless the other drivers weren't injured very bad.
I mean,
There were multiple. He had multiple cars. So
the district attorney's office. This is the headline. This is the first line of the entire thing. It says, for immediate release, Rashee Rice pleads guilty to collision involving serious bodily injury and racing on a highway causing bodily injury. Those are the 2 charges that he just pled guilty to. So he admitted it. He did it. He did a hit and run, almost killed people, and he's just getting a slap on the wrist.
For $100,000 for a football player, yeah, that's a slap on the wrist.
His signing bonus was more than that.
I'm sure his Lamborghini's worth more than that.
Yeah, those are $500,000 base.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, and it's unfortunate. Luckily, nobody was killed. Going 120 miles an hour or 119, whatever. That's a lot. It could have been 10 times worse for everybody involved.
Yeah.
And I don't know why do that on the highway anyway. Why not if you're going to be stupid and do that? Why not find a
They have racetracks that you can do this for legally, and bro, it's just dumb.
Well, not that we're advocating for it, but legally, I'm sure wouldn't be as much fun. But why do it with other cars on the road? Get a rural highway where you might hit a cow then, but if one gets straight or it gets loose, but still, you got a lot less likelihood of hitting somebody. And I'm not saying it's good either way. It was stupid on his part, and I'm thinking he should have got him. I mean, if you're going to give him a slap on the wrist, it should have hit him in the pocketbook a hell of a lot more. That way, it at least deters him for doing something stupid or other players for doing the same thing. But hopefully no one else is that dumb because that's horrible.
I'm pretty sure a receiver did something like that recently as well.
120. You said your mom can't drive at 50, so. And I'm making sure she hears this.
I did not say anything. I just laughed.
I'm going to edit that out, so it looks like you agree with me.
You don't even know how to edit.
I don't, but I'll find out eventually just for that. Spite and vengeance is a damn good motivator.
Real.
Okay, and moving on to some good news, well, at least for TJ Watt.
And the Steelers.
Yeah, and the Steelers. Steelers and Watt agreed to a long-term 3-year, $123 million
That's a lot of money.
uh, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, this offseason has been pretty crazy because following that up, Jets All-Pro cornerback Sauce Gardner have agreed terms on their extension, making him the highest paid cornerback in NFL history at $30.1 million a year. His deal is 4 years for $120 million.
Still, both of them could buy Lamborghinis with that kind of money. They could buy one for every day of the week if they want.
Yeah.
Different color each day. Take the red one, take the blue,
Yeah.
That's some good money.
And speaking of the Jets, they also have reached an agreement with Garrett Wilson in a 4-year, $130 million deal, making him one of the NFL's top wide receivers. He's going to be paid $32.5 million per year.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers tweeted out that they've agreed to acquire cornerback Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and a 2027 seventh-round pick from Miami Dolphins in exchange for safety Minkah Fitzpatrick and a 2027 fifth-round pick.
This really irritates me because I love Minkah Fitzpatrick, and I really wanted to see him play with Jalen Ramsey and just play on that team because they've just been getting so much better. And it's just so annoying. I really, really, really wanted to see Minkah and Jalen and just that whole team. And he's gone now, and I'm sad. And lastly, for the NFL, the Packers released cornerback Jair Alexander, one of their longest tenured players, one of the best players for the Packers, which I'm happy about. We don't have to see him anymore. But he ended up signing with the Ravens just a couple of hours later.
Hey, sports fans, if you're in the great state of Michigan and you're in need of roofing, siding, gutters, or insulation, there's only one place to call, and that place is Excel Home Improvement out of Romulus. With over 60 years in business, they are third-generation family-owned and veteran-operated. They manufacture their own gutters and trim, so they're able to keep costs low while providing superior quality with unmatched service. They cover all of southeastern Michigan, including as far north as Bay City, all the way down to Monroe, and from Lansing to Port Huron. So give them a call today. That's Excel Home Improvement, 734-941-2800. Switching back to the MLB, we've got last week the All-Star Game and Home Run Derby, which a lot of cool things happen in that, although the Tigers did a terrible job in it. But there are a lot of neat things, and first time ever we had a home run derby, mini home run derby to decide the winner of the tie game in it's kind of dramatic fashion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. Schwarber came up, went 3 for 3 in the end to win it for the NL. And went over 2 with 2 strikeouts in the game and won the MVP.
You know, he had a good game.
Which is, it's during the regular game, he didn't really do anything. And so people are going to look at that in like 100 years and wonder why he won the MVP. Because he's 0 for 2. He didn't do anything in the game, but he won the game.
Yeah, technically, I mean, that's the most important thing. And but it was also the first time a mini home run derby has ever been used. And
Which
I kind
I
of
love.
think, you know what, part of me, well, just from the fact we don't want the game going 30 innings, well, being a little sarcastic there, but the longest All-Star game happened twice at 15 innings. It occurred in 67 and 2008, which that's a long time.
Yeah.
Especially back then, the games were so long in the 2000s, and 9 innings could take 3-4 hours. 9 innings could take 5 hours, depending on what's going on. And when you go 15 innings, especially in an All-Star game when there's all kinds of other festivities, that's just way too long. And the players, even though you get to rotate them in and out quite a bit, it's just it can be grueling. And the longer you do that, the more you risk injury. So I'm kind of glad. It would have been nice to see extra innings is exciting, but not when they go on and on and on and on.
Yeah, I like the little mini home run derby just to
it was
end it.
it was different, and I think it was pretty cool. And
I just kind of wish the AL would have completed a comeback. It would have been cooler.
it would have because they were down 0-6 and came back to tie the game, and then which
Yeah.
would have been extra innings, but instead the swing off. The only thing is, it'd be nice if it's the best power hitters on each team, but I get they had to choose who they chose. Kyle Schwarber won and had 3 pitches, 3 swings, so 3 chances at a home run, and Kyle did it on all 3 swings. It was
Nope.
impressive enough. The first batter did it on 2, but to do 3 for 3, you
was a
you
burnt
can't get
record.
much clutch. Can't get much more clutch than that. You know, it's almost as it has the potential anyway to be almost as exciting as a walk-off home run.
Well, basically, it is.
It really well, and it really was. But I think the walk-off home run is just a little bit different. But it's neat that it was the first one ever. Well, and the good, I guess now the fact that they're not even doing the, you don't get the All-Star game home run. Fuck am I saying? Edit all this shit. Well, and especially now that we're not playing for home field advantage for the World Series or for the playoffs, why risk these guys getting injured during a super long game, or even if it's not a long game, say it ends in 9, there's so many plays during the game that someone could get injured. Just someone got hit in the face with a ball before, you get hit in the head.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's no bench clearing brawls in an all-star game, but anything can happen. And so now it's just more ceremony. It's a fun thing. And we were talking off air that why risk injury? Why not do it at the end of the year?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand in any sport doing an all-star game in the middle of a season. It makes no sense. Because people can get hurt so easily. You know, anything
Well, it
can
used to be
happen.
home field advantage, and I didn't mean to interrupt, but it used to be home
Yeah.
field advantage, which was I really liked that. I thought it was cool, but at the same time, why not give it to the best record in baseball gets home field advantage? Best team should get some advantage, but if your team lost in the All-Star game, you don't get it. So I kind of like this, and I do like the whole home run or the original home run derby too. It had a lot of just this whole All-Star game was really neat. I think it had a lot of cool things happening.
And I mean, yeah, all of the entire All-Star game was crazy, but going to the day before and Cal Raleigh having an amazing night, winning the home run derby. I mean, you can read off all the records he broke.
Most home runs by All-Star break by a home run derby winner, 38. First primary position catcher to win the home run derby. And he was only the second switch hitter to win the home run derby behind Ruben Sierra, who did it back in 1989. And oh man, he was something else.
Yeah.
And kind of made it so fitting. You posted earlier in the week when Cal was a kid. I don't remember his age at the time. He was a young kid singing, I'm a home run derby champ. I'm a home run derby champ.
Yeah, it
and then
was
all of a
just,
sudden he wins.
It was a home video that I think his mom shot of him just messing around with a baseball bat and just saying, I'm the home run derby champ. And then
That's right.
when
It's
he
on our
won it-
Facebook page.
yeah, when he won it, the Mariners posted out what he said in the video, just in all caps with a picture of
That's
him
awesome.
with the home run derby championship.
Yeah, that's all. Continues an incredible season. I mean, 38 homers before the All-Star break. Then he wins the home run derby, which kind of fitting. It's rare you get the best hitter in baseball winning the home run derby too. I mean, it happens. Griffey won it multiple times. I think 3 times.
Yep, Judge won it.
And Judge won it. So you do have it, but it doesn't happen like
Stanton
that
won
every
it.
season, and or every home run derby. So and I think it made it more fitting. His dad threw out the pitches to him as he was smashing them everywhere. Is a switch hitter,
Yeah.
And his brother was the catcher. So how fitting could that be? And then,
Yep, and all three of them are catchers
yeah,
in
that's just
some
cool.
professional sense, whether it be minors or majors.
Yep. And they obviously got the home run derby trophy. They got that Flavor Flav chain and the WWE championship belt. So, which they started doing a few years back. Kind of neat. All three of them got to hold something. So
Yeah,
kind of
it's an
neat.
awesome
It's
picture.
really cool to see Cal do that after he's been clobbering the ball all season long. And the second half's going to be exciting. We got so many players over 30 already, and any one of them at any time could slow down. God forbid they get injured, and somebody else, just go on a tear, and
Yeah.
somebody could come out of nowhere. So that's the cool thing about any sport. Really, anything could happen at any time, and yeah, it's just going to be a great. I think it's going to be a good finish.
Yeah, and I mean, to tie a bow on this Cal thing, the Hall of Fame had him, his father, and his brother all sign one of the home runs that he hit, and it went to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, that's cool. And again, they had a lot of cool stuff being in Atlanta. Of course, they had a tribute to Hank Aaron in his 715th home run. I thought it looked pretty cool. You thought they could have done some more with it, which it really looked neat.
I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I loved the entire presentation. I just wanted them to use the entire home run call. They used like a snippet of it.
Well, it was such an iconic call.
I wanted the entire 2-minute 30-second call of Vin Scully just talking, because it's such an iconic scene of him rounding the bases, the fan coming up and I think it's two fans coming up and congratulating him as he's rounding second base, and it's just so iconic.
Yeah, and it's one of all Atlanta can say they have that, that they had Hammer and Hank. He played 21 years with the Braves total, whether it was in Milwaukee or Atlanta, but
finished his career with the Brewers, going back to Milwaukee when they got their sports team, and
it's kind of neat.
Ended up finishing his career with the Brewers, which, I mean, started his career in Milwaukee when they were the Milwaukee Braves, ended it when they were the Milwaukee Brewers. Pretty cool.
And he's still forever always going to be known for Atlanta.
I mean, he's got a
amazing
MVP
career
and a championship with the Braves,
which blows my mind. He only had the one MVP.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. He's a 4-time home run leader,
but he was consistent over and over and over and over. I mean, consistency, that should be his face in the dictionary as much as he's every year.
4 MLB records. Can you name them?
4 MLB. Well, he had the home run record.
Yep, doesn't have that one.
He's got the RBI record.
Yep.
He's not in hits. Oh, he's at bats, I think, in games played.
No, he's
You're making me look bad with all these telling me no on all this. I know he had total. Go ahead.
He has almost 7,000 career total bases.
Did I say total base? Oh, I said at bats.
Said at bats.
Close enough.
And then he has 1,400 career extra base hits. That's the record. Almost 1,500.
Oh, extra base. Okay, well, yeah. I knew it wasn't hits.
You were right with the RBIs, because I thought it just said runs, but yeah,
I'm going to take a win on everything I said, just because.
He's got 2,200 RBIs.
I don't like being wrong. That's pretty damn good.
He was only 97.8% in the Hall of Fame.
And come on. That's what we brought this up before too. Now you're going to get me pissed off, because the Hall of Fame voting for a guy with those numbers passed Babe Ruth for one. And when he retired, he had all these, he had to be close to number one and everything. Now, it wasn't alive then when he did when he retired, but good God. The guy, now some of those, obviously the home run record's gone now, or not his anymore, but he's still by far and above one of the greatest players of all time, most consistent of all time. I think by far, he was just good at everything. He was a well-rounded player. He was numbers-wise, you can't get any better.
He was the GOAT that replaced the other GOAT.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in Babe Ruth's conversation with Babe Ruth, where he passed the Babe, I mean, that's awesome. He was up there in hits when he retired. There was only Ty Cobbett probably at the time. Well, he was number 2, and I forgot. Pete Rose came along, so he was number 2 to Ty Cobb, and he beat Babe Ruth's record. And RBIs, nobody's got any more RBIs in the history of the game, over 100 years of baseball, and nobody's got more than him. That says something. Now, of course, there's
Pujols almost broke that record, by the way.
yeah. What's that?
RBIs. Pujols almost broke the record. He came up in. So Aaron just barely broke Babe Ruth's record. Ruth had 2,213 RBIs. Aaron finished with 2,297. Pujols came in, broke Ruth, and he's now second all time with 2,218.
See, mine's from memory. Yours is Google. That's cheating, but
It's
at least it's accurate.
Actually, it's the MLB app.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Still
Dude,
cheating.
Gehrig is sixth all time. Oh my God. He played like 14 years.
Yeah, and these are the numbers that this guy is up against. He's in the top in every major batting category, and he didn't get 100% in the Hall of Fame. Baseball writers for the Hall of Fame, they're just ridiculous. Guys like we talked about Nolan Ryan. And Lou Whitaker's not in yet, for crying out loud.
Greatest second
Trammell
baseman of
is,
the
Lou
80s.
Whitaker's not, and he was amazing. Jack Morris for the Tigers, best pitcher of the entire 80s, won 3 World Series, and they didn't. I mean, it took him forever to get in, so he's in at least. But Lou Whitaker keeps getting slighted, and there's no. Whitaker was awesome. Him and Trammell at the corners, or
Up
at
the middle.
yeah, up the middle, and the best shortstop best double play combination in all of baseball. At least they were. I don't know if the record's been broke, but they set a
don't think
record.
it
I
has.
saw that game. Best, they're the best. And Trammell got in, but Lou Whitaker, it would have been fitting to put them both in together. As long as Lou gets in, they can right the wrong. But I mean, it's just ridiculous that the baseball writers, and again, we're getting off topic here. Now that you ticked me off with this Hall of Fame thing, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mo being the only one in history to ever get 100%, which he deserves it, but there's so many others that should have got in.
Others do.
I'd like to know who the one holdout is on some of these and what kind of why.
It's got to be like, oh, you said something nasty to me this one time, and they're just being petty.
Which that's not professional anyway. You let those bygones.
Yeah, but that's
be.
the only thing
You're
that
talking
makes
about
sense.
Hall of Fame, for crying out loud. Who's more deserving when you look at these numbers than Hank Aaron of getting 100%? Come on. I mean, there's arguments to be made for a lot of people. Like Miguel Cabrera should be 100%. Nolan Ryan should have been 100%. I could have been, but I
Ryan
didn't play.
have a Cy Young.
Yeah, 27 years though. The guy was 7 no hitters. No one else has got more than him.
MLB record for no hitters, for
Strikeouts.
strikeouts.
300 win guy. That alone should get you in the Hall of Fame. Come on. So finally getting back to the All-Star game, one other thing that I forgot to mention, they used for the first time in an actual live game other than
Spring
training, they did the ABS system, the automatic balls and strikes, and it was actually Skubal used it in the first inning.
Yep, got a strikeout.
Yeah, he was right. So I think it's kind of cool, and
I want it so bad. There have been so many strike three right down the middle called for ball one.
well, the big thing, as long as it's not going to take an hour to figure this crap out in every game and slow the game down even more, if you can do it as quick as they did in the All-Star game and continue to get better and faster at it, I say start it tomorrow.
Yeah, because they can do it super
Start it.
easy.
Yep, start it right away, get this crap done, and
It's
stop
in the
making
minors right
mistakes.
now.
When you're throwing a ball 80, 90, some of these guys over 100 miles an hour, it's almost impossible to get every call right. I don't care how good your eyesight is.
They have proven that umpires that set up on only one side of the plate will consistently miss the other side of the plate. It is, if you only set up on one side and you do not move, you will consistently miss the other side and call things just egregiously. And that's what people like Angel Hernandez, Phil Cuzzy, all these people, Laz Diaz, all these people that are terrible at umping, they all do this. If you watch the games, you can tell how bad an umpire is just if they don't move. If they sit behind there and then they move their body based on where the pitch is, then they're most likely good. But if they don't, they're most likely one of the worst umpires in the league.
And in other sports news, kind of quickly transitioning here. We've got the WBC championship over the weekend. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. And to me, it's kind of a controversial it ended up being a draw for those that haven't seen it. Two of the judges scored it 114 to 114 draw, but the third judge scored 115 to 113 in Pacquiao's favor. Now, to me, that's a win. But they scored it as a majority draw, meaning that because the majority of the judges said that nobody won, that they counted it that way. So I get it. I just think me and a lot of fans wanted to see Pacquiao make history. He would have only been the second oldest fighter to capture a major title in history. So it's kind of it's just, I think the fans wanted to see him do it at 46 years old. Didn't happen, but he still put up a damn good fight. And it was I didn't see the whole fight, but I did see a lot of the clips because the clips were super long and it's cool though that he went the distance and in front of 13,000 fans, and I think a lot of fans were disappointed. Pacquiao thought he won it, but it was considered a majority draw decision.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, me either, but I get it. There's other ways this, it could have been a split decision. It could have been.
Because he wins over on total points.
Well, for one judge. But yeah, I agree too.
No, I mean, if you even, you can consider it, if you consider those judges too.
Yeah,
But it's just because they were, they draw. But like, I don't know.
Well, they said neither one of the fighters won, which I think for a while there Pacquiao was ahead. So I don't know either how I feel about it. I've never liked that decision. It should be a little more clear cut or just 100% draw. Don't do the majority one, but they're three individual people. They're coming up with three different scores. So, well, two different scores technically. So it is what it is, but it ends up being a draw. And Pacquiao did say he's probably going to fight again. I kind of think he will.
I mean, he's got 73 total fights, 62-8, and 3 is his record. 39.
3 draws,
Yep, 39 knockouts, and I mean,
and this was his comeback fight 4 years after retiring. So I mean, come on, why come back? Do all that hard training for? And I'm sure he kept in shape, but not being in shape and being at your fighting weight or in fighting shape is two different things. Even wrestlers. Call it a sport, call it sports entertainment, whatever you want. The wrestlers talk all the time about ring shape, knocking the ring rust off. You have to be able to, you got to be in ring shape. And Pacquiao looked great, I thought.
yeah.
Well, either way, a Hall of Fame career for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, he left in right before 2010 to try and start a basketball career. He played a little bit in basketball and then joined the Philippines House of Representatives from 2010 to 2016, then their Senate from 2016 to 2020, and then ran for president in 2022. And then when he lost his Senate bid this year, then went back to fighting. It's just a crazy journey.
Yeah, and just think if he stayed fighting that whole time, what his numbers could have been. I mean, he's got an impressive career. To me, Hall of Fame career by far. And that's interesting. I never knew he was a politician.
Some of that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's a little postcard of him. That's so funny. Your president is one of the baddest men on the planet.
Well, and Jesse Ventura was governor of Minnesota.
And then
Schwarzenegger was governor of California. So, yeah, the governor. They, which I met in 03. Before, I think it was pre-governor bid. One of the greatest movies. Part 1 and part 2. Sometimes the sequels are better. And that's the only example I know right offhand. Then again, you're a sequel. So what was that? Shh. Okay. Moving on, I think one of the last topics we got we got to kind of mention it, the WNBA All-Star Game.
Yep.
for women's basketball. The deep contrast, I've heard mixed reviews on it. I did not watch the game, just, full disclosure there. But
I don't watch any game that doesn't have Caitlin Clark in it. I'm just going to be real honest.
Well, and Caitlin Clark got injured, groin injury, and ended up out of the game. She did coach her team for Team Clark against Team Collier. However, ticket prices dropped nearly 50%. And they're citing that as one of the main reasons. Team Collier,
she's a huge draw.
Huge draw. Anytime you look up anything that comes up on
That's
the
like
WNBA.
Shohei.
Yeah.
I remember last year when Shohei was going for 50-50, one of the last games right before he got it, the Marlins had an average attendance of like I think it was like 1,000 people that year because they were so bad. And they literally packed the stadium out the week that he came there. So that just shows how one draw can dramatically change things.
I remember Nolan Ryan came to Detroit to pitch, and Detroit was doing terrible. It's had to be either mid-90s, late 90s.
No hitters against the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm sure this wasn't the year, but sold out Tiger Stadium. Now, this was later in his career when he was close to retirement. He was already a full-fledged legend and future Hall of Famer, but sold it out. And when you got a big name like that, like Miggy could have sold a stadium out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he did, even if the Tigers were doing bad. People wanted to see him get
during
his 3,000 hit.
During his 3,500
500 home run, yeah. Which not too many players have done that in history.
Rogers Center was sold out when he hit his 500th.
Yeah, because everybody wants to see history made. But going back to the WNBA, Team Collier won 151 to 131. And just ticket prices going down are the real big story there. But you're right, Caitlin Clark. Anytime something comes up on WNBA, she's such a massive. She's like the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, from what I can tell. I haven't really watched it, but that's the thing. And like with baseball, you mentioned Shohei. Shohei, though, we've got more than one big star. You got Judge. You've got all these other. And each team usually has their own big star, but you don't have someone of this magnitude as far as it's like her, and then there's everybody else. Not to denigrate any, just or badmouth any other WNBA star, but that's what I see when you see the news feeds and everything. It's always Caitlin Clark, this and that.
She's also got crazy good brand recognition,
and her injury makes it's huge news for the WNBA. So.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing. Ticket prices fell that much. That's incredible. But hey.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to lose a lot of revenue from it.
Yeah. Jackie Robinson's widow, Rachel, threw out the first pitch at a LA Dodgers game on April 15th, 103 years old. That's just incredible.
Yep, she just turned 103 recently. And
I would have loved to see that.
That's so crazy. I mean, 102 at the time throwing out the first pitch.
I'm 60 years away from that still, and you say I'm old all the time, so I got a long time. I hope I'm in as good a shape.
That lady has seen.
She's seen everything. All the history, so many presidents, so many wars. She's seen.
That's probably the most amount of change in one lifetime. That woman went from cars barely being a thing to people being on the moon.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, 1950s for the moon landing?
60s.
That's what I said, 60. I just think it's awesome, LA Dodgers, for her to throw out the first pitch, which it's not her first time throwing out the first pitch. She did it in 2009, which strangely enough, at the Phillies and Yankees World Series game.
Last time the Yankees won a World Series, and then George Steinbrenner died, and they've been shit ever since.
Yeah, it's true. And then in 2017, the Robinson family threw out the first pitch. So they've done it a few times, and I'm sure there's more.
She did it on the anniversary of Jackie Robinson Day a couple of years ago. I do remember watching that.
Yeah. I think it was the 45th anniversary or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. But yeah, that kind of wraps it up for this week. And like, comment, subscribe. Tell us how you feel, whether you like us or love us, preferably if you like us. Yeah, that's it for us.
And here's the random clip of the week.
I'm the home run derby champ. Oh. Say